Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax And Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:34. And the Black Crows of Bax And Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be a mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 82. It is 57 in downtown Springfield.
Well, at least we're still here.
Well, for now. I mean, we still have our pulmonary system working. There are other hearts around the area that are not working so well.
Well, you and I are not the most heartless people in the world. That's for damn sure. Listen, I don't know what's going on during today's show, but it is going to be fantastic. And when you hear it, you're going to want to hear it a second time. The podcast, all brought to you by Curry Honda Chicopee. Experience the best. You can hear it later on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and on the Rock 102 app.
All right.
All right?
All right.
So I'm not promising very much, but I'm delivering.
I think I got a new side hustle.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
And we'll talk about that coming up a little bit later on.
I'm anxious to hear all about it. Bax And Nagle on Rock 102. Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Let's see. Amy Adams is a real-life hero.
She's always been to me.
On Monday, June 21st episode of the Smartless podcast presented by Jason Bateman, she recalled a scary incident that saw her helping a stabbing victim in Los Angeles. The 51-year-old star recalled that she, her father, Richard Adams, her husband, Darren Lagallo, and their daughter, Aviana, were the first people on the scene of a stabbing coming out of their favorite Santa Monica restaurant. That's going to ruin your appetite. You just had a nice meal. You come outside, you see somebody stabbed. There was people screaming, and a guy was walking, and they were yelling, "He's dying!" And my husband's like, "That's blood."
Well, thank goodness you were able to identify the bodily fluid pouring from his injuries.
That's a very observant husband. Hey, that's blood. Noting that the man had been stabbed in the neck, Lagallo remained with their daughter while Amy and her father rushed to his aid. He was bleeding, and his friends were freaking out, she said, and adding that they were able to use beach towels they had with them to apply pressure and stem the bleeding, adding that she felt very focused in the moment. The star recalled telling the man to calm down and stay still. The more you struggle, the faster you're going to bleed, so just lay down. She remembered all of these things from her stint in 2004 on the medical TV series Dr. Vegas that gave her basic knowledge.
Thank God she took that role. This guy could have been dead just before the entree was served.
You imagine, there is nothing about this job that would ever help you save anybody from anything.
Not true. Let's say that I was in like a hostage situation.
Yeah.
And the only way that I could save the people that are being held hostage was to offer the captor free tickets to the Deerfield Craft Fair.
Oh, I'm sure he loved that.
In a case like that, I would wind up being the big hero.
To walk around and go, I was only an actor on a TV show, but I learned all my medical knowledge from that one stint that I did.
Yeah, but can't you see a situation where you're in a hostage situation and say, okay, let the people out safely, and I will give you tickets to the Worthy Brewfest coming up this weekend at the Landing at the Mass Mutual Center.
It's got to be something really good.
I think I'm offering some of the best stuff we have.
I mean, those are well, they're good prizes, but it's not like you're winning a car or the big trip or the $1 million from the bracket ball pool.
Well, I would save that for the more serious crimes.
Injuries or crimes?
Crimes. Well, yeah, potential crime scenes.
Well, I'm talking about like medical, like you're going to save somebody's life by doing this, but we've never learned like a first aid class. We've never had a first aid class here.
Breathe.
Yeah.
And I will give you free Biggie tickets.
I'm in. Let's do it. The second season of the Netflix crime series Department Q has begun production in Scotland, with Matthew Good returning as DCI Carl Mork and the new cast of 10 members joining the team. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
No idea what you're talking about either.
The show, set in Edinburgh, follows Mork and his team. Mork and Mindy? I know that show.
Now, that's a show I could follow.
Pam Dauber. She was good
Nothing
looking
wrong with that.
back in her day. What does she look like now?
She looks like an older version of Mindy.
She looks like Pam Dauber.
She looks slightly better than Robin Williams does these days.
I think most people do. Executive producers Scott Frank and Rob Bullock promise a story for our times. I don't know what this show is. I saw this. I was watching this true crime documentary.
Yeah.
I'm not going into a bit here. This was called something about my ex. It was something on Netflix.
Is it My Ex is a Jerk?
Let me see.
My Ex is a Backstabbing Bastard?
Netflix.
That's a good show.
I can never remember the ex Netflix series. Worst ex ever, right?
Oh, wait a minute. I think I may have seen this one.
Well, because there was Worst Roommate Ever was the first series.
Right.
And then Worst Ex Ever, I jump into season 2 because I didn't go, right into season 1. But the amount of people that they're talking, it's these people whose ex-boyfriends have become, one guy's a serial killer.
Yeah.
And they're like, I didn't notice anything wrong. And then you listen to their story and they're like, and after 3 weeks, he was so wonderful. He was having problems with his roommate. He needed some place to stay. So I said, just move in. That's what was wrong. That's what was wrong with you. Like, you should have never have let him move in after 3 weeks.
I mean, how do you not have a few red flags along the way if your boyfriend's a serial killer?
Okay, but that's a giant red. That's like, China at the flag raising in the morning when they go out to, to raise the flag.
Right.
That's how big that flag was.
I thought most of my boyfriends have had big barrels full of acid.
Doesn't everybody? Don't you need a hazmat crew to go into your apartment after?
I mean, he dug up a lot of holes in his backyard with no gardens on top of them. I thought he likes to dig because it's a great way to stay in shape.
He told me he was an archaeologist. He likes digging up artifacts. Anyway, that's actually a pretty interesting
that's a good series.
show. Pop boy band The Backstreet Boys revealed in an interview with Billboard that rapper Drake once shared with them that he had his first kiss to one of their tracks.
Creepy.
During a tour stop in Drake's native Toronto, the band met the rapper at a restaurant where he recounted the story. This led to Drake joining the Backstreet Boys on stage during their performance of I Want It That Way.
Oh, that's a great one.
In 2022.
That's a great song to play a little tonsil hockey with, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Who wants to make out with the Drake? I hate the Drake. Lewis Hamilton and Kim Kardashian are considered a plant-based power couple.
Really?
They eat a lot of plants, I guess.
Well, I guess you must have something to say.
Oh, my God. The last time I had anything plant-based was when Ray J munched parsley patch and stink cabbage with a dash of stink pickle in that sex tape you can purchase on Newport for $39.95. Do you ever munch on the parsley patch?
No, I push that to the side.
The stink cabbage?
No. It's a garnish. Caitlin?
I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once had a long night of pelvic pinochle. I stuck the llama's head up the lift shaft.
What are you trying to say?
That's more of a visual.
It really is.
It really
It
is.
truly is. What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is I pressure washed the quiver bone and the bitch wrinkle. You ever had one of them pressure washers?
No, I have not. I'm glad this bit's not getting stupid.
What are you talking about?
No, it's always
more intelligent every time we do it.
It's always at a perfectly fine level.
Well, hey, until the powers that be say they don't want us to do it anymore, we won't do it. But until then, did you ever pressure wash the quiver bone and the bitch wrinkle? No. I have. Your mother. And that's your Hollywood trash on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Well, folks, you forget all about the Scottish Tartan Army drinking Florida Miami-Dade County dry this week. Last night, Scotland got smoked by Brazil in the World Cup. Now, under normal circumstances, the last thing that I would ever want to do would be to dedicate my valuable time to watching an international soccer game that did not include somebody from the United States. But after the joy and drunken splendor that Scotland brought here to Massachusetts over the last several weeks, I feel as though Scotland deserved at least a little bit of my attention. Unfortunately, they got their asses handed to them last night in a 3-0 shutout at the hands of Brazil. Now they'll have to wait a couple of days to see if they'll make the knockout round or will they be going back home for good. Whatever happens, one thing is for sure. The Scots have left a lasting impression here in the United States, especially in the state of Massachusetts. So much so that Patriots owner Robert Kraft has allegedly informed the NFL that he would like to return the favor and play a regular season game, in Scotland. Of course, Scotland doesn't exactly have a place for them to go, but that doesn't mean they won't get one just as long as we provide the beer, the very beer that we ran out of less than a week ago. And while it is true that I am not a fan of playing games in international venues, I do think that Mr. Kraft is right. Going there, slapping on kilts, eating their haggis, knocking down pints of lager and shots of scotch, it's the least we can do. I feel we owe these people. These are the folks who are able to change the drinking laws here in Massachusetts. Some of those laws may be temporary changes, but there's already talk of some state politicians looking to make those changes permanent. So how can you not want to return the favor and celebrate with their Scotch eggs, their neeps and tatties, and something boiled in a dead sheep's stomach? If I didn't eat breakfast already, I'd be doing it right now. And so I say, go Scotland! But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. My fellow Americans, our nation celebrates 250 years, and Rocky's Ace Hardware celebrates 100. Go to Rocky's, get a 3-foot American flag with a 4-foot wall mount angled flagpole for only, are you ready for this? $17.76. What are the odds? You'll find all that at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
All right. Well, I got a new side hustle, or
Okay.
I'm gonna be looking into a new side hustle. My kid, I told you, was taking driving school.
Right.
And well, first of all, I get a picture from her yesterday, in the middle of the class, and who's on the TV but Barry Krieger?
Shut up.
Like, long time ago, Barry Krieger.
Was he part of the Blood on the Highway film?
No. That's exactly what I said. Is that part of the Blood on the Highway? They haven't shown that yet. I don't think they ever will show that.
They got to show that. That's the most impact. Listen, I've been driving since the 80s, and I still remember that film like it was yesterday. It was that traumatic.
I've been driving since the 80s, man.
That's it.
So I thought that was funny, and I sent that to Barry, and then, we had a little back and forth about, it was probably about one of them slow down, move over reports or whatever. And then the whole thing, there's 40 kids in this class, right?
Yeah.
And I'm doing the math. And you're talking like $800 a kid to go to this driving school.
Sure.
For a week or whatever, 4 days.
What kind of overhead must there be for driver's ed?
That's exactly what I'm getting at. Like $30,000.
$32,000.
Right, yeah. So let's just say $30,000, because you probably get some comps in there. Somebody probably got in for free. You know,
somebody knows somebody, somebody's kids. Yeah, I get it.
So let's just say the average is $30,000 per class. That is, there's always going to be a need for that all year long. Because there's always kids turning 16 and always kids getting permits and always kids.
Yeah. So let's say you're doing it 4 times a year.
Yeah.
It's $128,000 a year.
That's exactly what I'm getting at. And how hard is it to get a certification to be a driving instructor? I'm sure you have to take a test and have to prove that you can.
No, it's probably just you gotta send them money, and they send the certification.
Just like anything else.
It's kind of like when I was asked to perform a wedding, as a minister, like an ordained minister. All I had to do was fill out a form, send them a check, and all of a sudden I'm like a man of the cloth.
Yeah, but
nothing. No divinity school. No theology had to be thrown out there. It's nothing. Simple.
But there's not a lot of money to be made in that. I mean, you'd have to do.
I'd have to do them all at like 3 a week.
You're only allowed. I remember talking to a justice of the peace, and you're only allowed to charge like so much money.
Yeah,
and it's less than $200. So I mean, you'd have to do quite a few weddings in order to make up. I mean, it'd be a good little.
This is much more profitable.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, there's no...
Dude, think about this. You're talking about like only 4 times a year?
Yeah.
Let's say you teach an early class
and
then a late class.
Well, they do have different programs all year long.
All right, so then let's double that. Now you're talking about $256,000. That's $250,000 a year.
This place is cleaning up. And it's not just this one. There's tons of driving schools out there.
$800, dude. I mean, like, what does it take? You teach them, they take notes, maybe there's a quiz. There's no expense on your part.
A lot of it is videos and crossword puzzles. This is all the things that I've been getting reported back to me.
Yeah, all the things you would never have to do when you're actually driving.
And I'm just like, damn. I'm like, I could do that. And then they're talking about how many breaks they take during the day. Like technically, this thing could be cut down to 6 hours versus 8 hours, with all the breaks that you have in between.
Damn. I mean, that's, when you think about it, that's amazing.
I think I got a new scheme going on here.
If you could find a way to squeeze in 3 classes a day.
Yeah.
Like an early morning one, midday, one at night, $384,000 a year.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be going that far.
It's a lot of work on your part because you got to talk to teenagers all day. But still, think about that. $384,000.
I'm sure there's an adult or two that pops in every once in a while and says, I've been living in my mother's basement for the last 30 years. She finally died. I now have access to her car for myself.
I think a sex worker would tell you that, hey, $800 is $800. Doesn't matter how hard you have to work for it.
That's true. But what a profitable business.
I never thought of that, but yes, you're right.
And think about it. It's like a funeral home. You're never going to run out of people dying. You're never going to run out of people who are trying to get their license.
So I wonder what kind of certifications you need in order to be the kind of guy to do this to teach driver's ed.
So it says you need to get like a certification, like you were just talking about, sending them money, and then probably taking a test with the Registry of Motor Vehicles and on all that. So I'm sure
you could pass that.
I'm sure there are some upfront costs in getting that certification to be a driving instructor. But then you can be a driving for $100 an hour. You can get private driving lessons.
Oh my!
$100 an hour. That's pretty good to sit in the passenger seat of a car and maybe get killed.
Probably set your own out. No, you usually have if they're using their own car, you could get killed. But if you're using like your car with like the emergency brake on the passenger side, you could save your life.
I'm just saying this might be some lucrative side hustle to get into.
When I was in high school and went through driver's ed. There was the instructor was this guy named Tony, and Tony, this would have been like 1982, so he had been back from Vietnam for less than a decade. Anyway, my point is this. When the film Blood on the Highway was shown...
Blood on the Highway.
There was something about the film that Tony's experience in Vietnam did not mesh. And so... There was a post-traumatic stress reaction that Tony had during the film where he was unable to complete driver's ed. And he was, class dismissed. We left early, but then there was a new instructor the following week.
Yeah.
So as long as you don't have a problem with the film, you could continue this for the rest of your life.
I just think this is something that you really want to... I'm not saying you don't put a lot of effort into it. I mean, that's a long time to be teaching the same thing over and over and over again all year long.
Right.
All it does is just reset you back to day one. But
let's continue the math. I have a calculator here. That's why I'm getting this right, doing this correctly. Let's say you teach 40 kids, $800 a shot, 2 classes a day. How old are you? 47?
Yeah.
what do you say, 15 years of it?
Yeah.
1.9 million bucks.
All right, but even if you did half of that, you'd still get $500 or $500,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I mean, this is
actually, what'd you say? 1.9 million?
1.92 million.
So you get $1 million for doing it because you don't do it twice a day.
But you could. That's what I'm saying.
No. It's 8 hours long. You're not going to do 16 hours a day.
If you pace yourself out, say you do 5 hours a day, but then you extend it by a couple of weeks, still getting the same amount of hours in there. That way you can crank out 2 classes a day. Steve, you're sitting on a freaking gold mine.
That's what I'm saying. I could be a driving instructor.
What the hell are you doing this job for?
I don't know.
What a waste of your valuable talents. In the entire time I've known you, 20 plus years or so, I've only known you to get in 2 accidents that I can recall. One accident. With the guardrail.
Yeah.
And that was it.
And that wasn't even my fault. That was the ice on the road from the guy emptying his basement with the water.
I think you are exceptionally well qualified for this because not only have you been in an accident and know the process of getting your car fixed and dealing with insurance companies, but you've had other exciting, dynamic times behind the wheel.
Yeah, like?
Well, I mean, there was that one bad day you had with the car. Things happened.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, but that doesn't.
Yeah, but that's real life experience that you could teach a youngster.
Yeah.
Now, this is why you don't want to do this. This is how expensive it is to get your license back.
Well, see, that would be part of the Steve Nagle College of Criminal Knowledge. That one going,
If you could meld these things together, Steve, you would never have to. I mean, once you hit 65, you'd never have to work again.
That's true. I don't know. I'm gonna go. Steve's driving school now open for business.
Here, I mean, this is a jackpot idea right there.
What? We got to come up with a good name for it. Erratic driving.
The Route 10 Tire listener line, I'm sure people will come up with a good name for the Steve Nagle driving school.
Yeah, send us your best name for the Steve Nagle driving school on the Route 10 Tire listener line.
It's 623 and Rock 102.
You ready to laugh?
Yes.
Let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
On Rock 102.
I make you laugh?
Springfield's classic rock.
What's the difference between a woman in church and a woman in the bath?
I don't know, Steve. What's the difference between a woman in the church and a woman in a bath?
One has hope in her soul. I don't know. I don't even understand that.
Do I need to explain it to you?
Can you do it right now, or
No.
do you have to wait till we go to the commercial?
Wait till we go in the commercial.
I don't even know why anybody would even just write words like that and not have any explanation
I'll
as to
explain
what
it
that
to you,
means.
Steve.
Are you you know?
I know.
Then why don't you share it with the rest of the audience?
Because I think the audience is smart enough to have figured it out on their own.
Oh, God. Right? Come on. All right.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
With Bax and Nagle on Rock 102, it's time for news brought to you by Aquapump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Well, we are getting closer to the 4th of July, and the Mass State Police are reminding residents that fireworks still are illegal in the state and can only be handled by licensed and certified technicians.
Well, now you tell me.
Isn't a licensed and certified technicians a guy with a 12-pack of Natty Daddies and a...
4 remaining fingers? Yeah, that's the guy.
And a pickup truck, right?
I mean, that's their own personal vehicle, but yeah, those are experts.
I guess they've been busting people left and right coming back over the border. State Police Lieutenant Patrick McStay, as
opposed to Patrick McGo.
Patrick McGo. Should I stay or should I go? Should I McStay or should I McGo? That's how he rolls over there.
If you stay, it could be trouble.
But if you
go, it could be trouble. If you stay, it could be double.
Yeah. Said Massachusetts law prohibits fireworks from being used, sold, or possessed. Massachusetts is the one and only state that prohibits fireworks from being used, sold, or possessed.
Who is that?
That's Lieutenant Patrick McStay from the Massachusetts State Police. And because of that, our rate is one of the lowest in the country for injuries.
I'm in New Hampshire all the time.
Yeah.
And, you don't have to go more than like 5 inches past the state border to run into a place that sells terrific explosives.
Yeah.
And ironically, there's billboards all over Massachusetts that say, hey, come to New Hampshire for all your explosives. Yeah. Now, you're telling me that if I were to load up my vehicle with thousands of dollars of mortars, sparklers, M80s, salutes, black cats, Roman candles, what have you, that's somehow illegal?
Well, yeah, but it's the chase. It's the art of getting away with it.
Now, why are we trying to protect ourselves from ourselves? I mean, you've seen the videos. If a guy blows his head off because he set a mortar on top of his head, does that have anything to do with the law or living in Massachusetts? Or does that have more to do with a man being terribly stupid?
Well, that guy was in New Hampshire that did that.
Well, then that's New Hampshire's problem, isn't it? That's
right.
The kind of thing you expect from people in New Hampshire.
Yeah, we don't blow as many fingers off or limbs or torsos or whatever here in Massachusetts.
I know, and that's really sucked the whole fun out of the 4th of July celebration.
McStay added fireworks seized in Massachusetts must be turned over to the Massachusetts State Police Bomb Squad, which destroys them safely. They're probably all having a party with a barbecue out
big
there.
Big kegger out there, all sucking down cold ones and blasting things off in a field.
Hey, look at this one. I got the cat pack from this guy coming down 91. Check it out, man.
Hey, Kojak, don't blow your fingers off.
What's this package called? It's called the Leaky Balloon Knot. You should see the spray this thing leaves.
You don't want that blowing up in your face.
No, you don't. State police said, I just read that. This past weekend, Northfield police pulled over a car for multiple vehicle violations and found fireworks inside. Police said the fireworks were seized and the driver was summoned. So they didn't arrest anybody. They're just giving you a ticket for it. You're going to come back to court and you're going to answer to all these fireworks that you just bought. But you spend $200 on fireworks. As soon as you come over the border, boom, you're done. You just lost that out of that money, and now you got to go to court and pay a fine.
Now, are sparklers legal in Massachusetts?
Yeah, it's like there's certain ones that are. I think if they have like a sparkler shower type of thing,
that's
I
okay.
think those are okay. I think Connecticut's even more lax on that. That's why Connecticut sells those ones. Like
you can buy them at Costco.
You can buy them at Target.
Yeah,
yeah,
and big giant like surfboard size, collections of them.
Yeah, you don't want any of that kid stuff. That's all. That's just for show. That's there's no big bangs going on.
I mean, listen, it's you don't want something that's going to blow your fingers off, but it's certainly fine to give a child a stick that's burning at 1,000 degrees Celsius.
You know those little snap things. Well, why not? Aren't those kids' hands made of asbestos?
No, they're not.
You know those the little snapper things where you snap them on the ground.
Yeah, I love
make
those
a little
things.
Crack. They're not that loud at all. But when I was in South Carolina, and I got those, they have bigger ones.
Yeah.
And we took them with us, and we went down to where we were staying on vacation, and we were parked in this little parking garage, and my kid takes one of them and slams it on the ground. It sounded like a bomb went off.
That's awesome.
Because it echoed in the parking garage, but these things are super loud, these little snapper things.
Did you ever try this one? Like gluing those things to like the bottom of a toilet seat?
Does that work?
Well, it depends on where in the toilet seat. I mean, if you're doing it all around, then that's probably not going to be good. But like right at the point of contact, they sometimes the toilet seats are like a little nubby thing that rests on the actual bowl. That's a great gag.
Did you pull a lot of pranks when you were a kid?
No.
Yeah, you did.
Or maybe I was the guy that sat in the seat.
What was the worst thing you did to your parents at your house with the pranks?
I don't think I ever really pulled pranks off of my parents because I knew I could never get away with it.
Well, you have a sister, right? Did you pull
I think most of my best pranks are probably like freshman year and the dormitories in college.
Oh, so you waited until you were mature to do those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like taking like a penny and wedging it in between the door jambs so a kid can't get out of his dorm room.
Oh, well,
That's
that's
a great one.
Man, that's not a fire hazard at
No,
all.
of course
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
Especially when you pull the fire alarm on your way out.
Hey, good for you.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That you waited until you were older to take up the pranks.
You're going to find this hard to believe. I've matured since then. I have not committed a great prank in years.
Well, maybe we should change that.
But I got to tell you, explosives are fun. I know they're illegal. I know you don't want them here in Massachusetts, but doggone it, the people in other states are having the time of their lives.
What do you say we go up to New Hampshire today? We'll get a bunch of M80s, and then we'll go around to mailboxes and start blowing them up.
You have no idea how much fun that is.
It is hilarious.
Especially if someone's like waiting for like a social security check, and it happens to be in the box, or waiting for like life-saving medication that's being delivered. And they put it in their mailbox, and boom, all of a sudden their medication's in a million pieces.
My brother is one of these people who he gets these quarter sticks of dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
From his buddy in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a buddy in Tennessee that's got quarter sticks of dynamite. And we went, and he'll do this thing where he'll surprise you. Like, he won't tell you what he's going to do. And it won't even be part of the night. Like, he won't even talk about it.
Right.
We'll be driving, and this has happened when I was like 16 years old. He's driving me back home from some place. He was picking me up from a friend's house or whatever, right?
Yep.
And it's probably like 10:30 at night, and all of a sudden we're just driving along. We're not saying a word, and then he pulls over and he lights a quarter stick of dynamite and shoves it in somebody's mailbox. And then as we're driving away, you could hear it audibly explode in the distance.
Yeah.
And then coming back the next day going, we did that last night.
That's great. That's an admission. That's basically a criminal confession.
Yeah, but it was over 30 years ago. It was 30 years ago. So it's not, what's the statute of limitations on throwing a quarter stick of dynamite in somebody's mailbox?
I don't know. Was like someone's credit ruined because the bills were destroyed?
Well, they have had to have gotten the mail before that happened.
You can't assume nothing.
Yeah, that was not safe. That was not a safe thing to do.
It's only safe if you wait around for it to blow up. If you're driving away, it's perfectly safe.
We talked about Hooters being closed in West Springfield on Riverdale Street.
Yes,
and they put the sign on the door and saying that we're not doing it. And then we get this thing this morning from Matthew. He shows us this. I don't know if it's like a tweet or from Facebook. Charlie's Diner. Charlie's Diner over in West Springfield?
Charlie's Diner. Where's that?
That's the place that had the fire and then had to close for a couple of years, and then they've reopened.
Right.
Which, by the way, excellent breakfast over at Charlie's Diner. Yeah.
Okay.
Charlie's Diner understands the recent shutdown of the Hooters in West Springfield, and we wanted to extend an invitation to any of the cooks needing a position, whether it's prep cook, grill cook, etc. They have 2 to 3 positions open. So
well, that's nice for them to extend a hand.
Yeah. And listen, the gals that work down at Charlie's are just as good looking as the gals that worked at the Hooters in West Springfield.
I'm sure that's true.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I do worry about the waitresses at the West Springfield Hooters. I do hope that at some point they can get their lives back together. Having their jobs, ripped. From them. I mean, did they have to return the orange shorts and the super tight T-shirts?
I bet you they make them buy that stuff.
What a rip. Really?
I bet you they do. You think about the turnover rate in a place like a Hooters.
Oh, I'm sure there are many Hooters waitresses who have been working there 20, 25 years.
I don't think it's like a union shop.
You don't think so?
I don't think there's a
like a 401k program that you got to wait until you're fully vested.
For example, like when I was working at Pizzeria Uno's all those years ago, right? You were the low man on the totem pole. You'd get cut first. You'd make maybe $20 for the day, because they would they overload the servers.
Right.
And then as the day goes on, they realize, okay, we're not as busy as we thought we were. You can go, and you can go. But that one lady always stayed till the end, and she used to make bank.
Yeah.
But she had been working there for like 20-something years. I don't think there was a, the senior lady at Hooters.
Maybe. But you know what? Early on, when Hooters was going through this major expansion, it was actually kind of a brilliant business plan. You had all these horny old men going to this place who didn't want to be seen in a strip club, go to a Hooters, and over-tip a waitress for mediocre service and not so great food.
Yeah.
Talk about a brilliant idea. I mean, some of those women, I'm sure, are driving around in BMWs and Mercedes because their tips, big giant tips, were in their pockets every single night.
Isn't that crazy how the mind of a man be like, if I overtip her,
then I've got it. Yeah,
there is a possibility that this woman might go home with me. That, first of all, that's not true.
You got a better chance of being hit in the forehead with a meteorite after winning the lottery 6 times than successfully hitting on a Hooters waitress and having a night of wild passion with her.
And as
no chance.
And as you hand over that overtip in your head, you're like, yeah, she's going to want to ask me out, or she's going to want to go out later. And in her mind, it's like, sucker.
I've just tipped her 22%.
Yeah.
I think I got a chance.
There's always somebody who thinks they got it going on.
You got no chance, pal.
You're
no
up.
Chance at all.
Pioneer Valley forecast today going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 82. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 81. It is 57 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah. When are you going to get a haircut?
Well, I don't know. I mean, when I feel as though I've maxed this out completely.
You're putting that poor girl out of work over there at the barbershop.
I'm not putting her. She's getting plenty of work. And, I've already been once since I started this whole process.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a trim.
A little trim?
Yeah. And I think the next time I'll go back for a trim will probably be, August.
Well, if you want to go to Skip's Early Bird Barbershop in Windsor Locks, you're going to be out of luck this week. A car crashed into it on Tuesday evening. The bar's owners said they have not said when they will reopen. A 50-year-old woman from Hartford was driving north on Route 159 around 8 p.m. when she drove off the highway and into the glass windows of Skip's Barber Shop. She told police that she lost control and struck the building. She passed the standardized field sobriety test. I would have tested her for Barbasol. She'd drinking all that blue stuff.
Yeah.
It does look like Charcoalberry Kool-Aid, doesn't it? She did not seek medical attention. The building's upstairs apartments were evacuated. No injuries were reported. The woman was charged with failure to drive in a proper lane. The case remains open, according to the Windsor Locks Police. But that's going to really put a damper on getting the quartet back together.
Probably.
Yeah.
What happens if you're sitting in the chair, you get a nice haircut, and all of a sudden a car smashes through the window? You got to believe the barber's going to get startled. Screw up your cut.
I know. So, well, the good thing is
you get stabbed in the head with some scissors.
The good thing is this was 8 o'clock at night. There were no customers inside, but I could see if somebody was. They don't really use the straight razors anymore. A lot of them don't. They don't do that whole.
Tony's Famous does.
Do they do? But they must have an insurance policy that is ridiculously expensive because I knew somebody who was in that business. What?
Yeah, there's the truck.
Oh well,
wow.
That'll buff right out.
You see, spur a little dirt on it, should be fine.
But I don't remember what I was talking about. I can't. I just lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was talking about.
You were talking about the barbershop.
The barbershop, but why was I talking about that?
Lady crashed through it.
Right, but what was the point that I was trying to make? I don't remember.
It was I don't know.
All right, well, whatever. I seriously lost it. I just don't remember. Huh. That's all.
Interesting.
All right, well, there you go.
Well, it's 6:58.
Oh my God, look at the time
on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Hey, remember when Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel was simply known as the 2-time winner of the NFL Head Coach of the Year? And remember when certain members of the media only wanted to focus on that 2-timing part? Well, I certainly do, and I frankly find the whole thing to be distracting, disgusting, and totally unnecessary. What 2 consenting adults do on a rooftop bar, an exclusive adults-only resort, is nobody's business. Unless, of course, someone takes pictures and sends them to the New York Post, at which point it becomes everybody's business, even when it really is none of your business. Now, you might say, Baxy, why are you bringing this up now? Haven't we all moved past this? To which I would say, of course we have. And we can continue to be past all this, but not until I tell you this. According to reports, former New York Times and athletic reporter Diana Rossini is alleged to have withheld information about these alleged photographs of her and Mike Vrabel from her employer for at least 2 days after she was informed that they would be published in the New York Post. According to a story reported yesterday by the New York Times, her former employer, Rossini, had been contacted by the New York Post on Easter Sunday that they had these pictures. The Times is now reporting that she withheld this information until the following Tuesday. A week later, after the pictures were published, she resigned, walking away from an annual salary of $800,000 a year. Now, while the New York Times probably sees this as an absolute outrage to be kept in the dark for nearly 2 whole business days, I must tell you, there's all kinds of stuff that I've done that's none of my boss's business either. In fact, I've done all kinds of things that they don't know about. I don't care if it starts showing up in the Reminder or the Chicopee Times, I'm keeping my mouth shut. So, I can't really blame Diana Rossini for not wanting to talk about this to her boss. What I'm really shocked about is there's someone working for a newspaper making $800,000 a year. Now that's newsworthy. And the fact that someone walked away from that sort of money because they had sex with anybody, I think that's newsworthy too. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. A string trimmer and a blower, both $99. You got to go to Rocky's to get that kind of deal. Craftsman Weed Whacker, string trimmer, handheld blower, 2 batteries, $99. Craftsman quality and a heck of a deal from your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. You know, I was driving through East Longmeadow the other day, and
where's that?
East Longmeadow. That's the town that we used to work in for 50 years or so.
Is that east of here?
Yes, directly east from Longmeadow.
Yeah,
you will find Longmeadow. In fact, they're bordering towns.
Mm-hmm.
Less than a mile from here.
I think I've been there before.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. And I'm driving down Maple Street, and I look at the high school, which they're tearing down. The old high school is practically completely down, completely demolished, completely destroyed. Brand spanking new, beautiful, bright, shiny new high school.
Yeah.
Will be opening in the fall for all the youngsters of East Longmeadow to say, wow, my parents' tax dollars paid for all of this. It's going to be breathtaking. But because of the new high school being built behind the old high school,
yeah.
Now, next week is the East Longmeadow Carnival, and we've talked about this before. They no longer have room for their fireworks display.
Right, so they're doing a laser light show. Right?
They're doing a laser light show.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you've ever been to a laser light show. They're great. They're terrific. But it ain't no fireworks. And fireworks are fantastic. And we all know how great the East Longmeadow fireworks have been historically. Some of the best 5 or 6 minutes of my life have been spent watching the East Longmeadow fireworks. And there's lots of oohs, there's lots of ahs. 5.5 minutes later, you're already back in your car. So, there's all that. Have you ever gone to the East Longmeadow Carnival?
Yeah.
Center field?
I told you. That's where you can get the Bon Jovi mirror with the,
Yep.
Any one of those little games that they got going on there.
Oh, it's great fun.
And you got some interesting characters walking around the grounds out there.
Not just on the grounds, but up and down Maple Street. Actually, one of the best times I ever spent was not actually in the carnival, but actually sitting at Donardo's looking at all the drunks at the carnival. That was kind of fun.
I don't want to stereotype, but I will describe what I believe is to be the average person that goes to the East Longmeadow Carnival. Ready?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, you got a backwards hat.
Yep.
A Slayer T-shirt.
Sure.
Jorts.
Yep.
Converse sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
And a chain on one of your belt loops attached to a wallet in one of your pockets.
Yep.
That has $3 in it.
But a lot of weed inside.
A lot of weed inside.
Yeah, that guy and his 500 friends keep showing up every single year.
Yeah.
And their girlfriends, who are almost as attractive.
They're fine people.
There's some great talent coming to the carnival this year. Trailer Trash. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Never heard of them before.
Black Cadillac is another band.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also a band that's playing on the 30th. What is that, Tuesday? The Mass Hats.
The Mass Hats.
The Mass Hats.
Is that the Dave Coombs band?
I was just wondering if Dave Coombs is coming back for a...
We got a new Mass Hat.
I think you're like the band I've put together.
Uh-huh. What?
We're going to play some rock music for all of you.
So what are the Mass Hats? Are they described as any kind of like rock band? Or
there's no explanation as what the Mass Hats play, but I'm sure they play some real great Dave Coombs classics. For example...
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it hits you in the nads. The backs of life.
The backs of life.
The backs of life. We're not all.
I'm hoping that the Mass Hats can do a little bit better, maybe even a lot better than this.
You never know. Do they sing the Thunderbird song? I don't have that ready to go, but they don't have that one?
I hope to God that's not part of their repertoire.
See, they should have Boomer out there.
That would be great.
And then play the Thunderbird song.
You know, there's a lot of people in East Longmeadow that are a little hacked off about this whole fireworks thing, thinking there's other places for them to light the fireworks off. Some people, well, what about the Little League field up there? You're not doing nothing there. Why can't you just load off some explosives there? Well, listen, you got 1,500 people at the carnival who are a little bit too close to the boom booms.
Yeah.
You can't do that safely if they're that close to it. There's really no good place to let off fireworks in East Longmeadow. That's kind of the trade-off between either getting a new high school or blowing things up. I know East Longmeadow's got a lot of choices to make, but push comes to shove, they probably need a high school more than they need to blow stuff up.
That's true. But what are they... I mean, is it really that important to people to have a fireworks display?
I'm telling you, there are people who are out of their minds over this.
Why?
Because, getting drunk at the carnival and watching the fireworks is an East Longmeadow tradition.
Is there anybody, I don't have an East Longmeadow, East Longmeadow forum. Is anybody complaining about the fireworks?
There are people complaining, and I've been seeing it like all over the place. People that just can't believe, there's got to be another place. There's got to be. There ain't no other place.
Well, I mean, you got all those. There ain't no other place for you to not see it from the field, from that where that high school field was.
Mm-hmm.
None of those. What about like any one of them businesses down there, like American Saw or something like that? You got all that open space behind there. You can do that.
There is that old abandoned building across the street from American Saw that no one has the wherewithal to remove and demolish because of all the environmental concerns about it. But if you were to knock down that big giant building that's been an eyesore for the last 30 years, well, that might be a good place to blast off some fireworks.
Yeah, you could do that.
But you're going to need somebody who apparently has deep pockets and can clean that thing up from all the environmental poisoning that's being done there.
And listen, I'm looking on the East Longmeadow Forum, and last Friday, the Longmeadow Country Club put on a fireworks display.
Yeah, Longmeadow's got theirs, and Springfield's going to do a spectacular one down at the river. The Symphony Orchestra's going to be down there. Judy Matt's going to be down there. She's going to be here next week to talk about it.
Yeah.
All those wonderful things. Springfield has got it going on, and they do a great display every year with the Grucci's.
So we're just condensing. We're just going to a different location. That's all. You don't need to be. It doesn't need to be in East Longmeadow.
But towns have a tradition that they identify with. Like the East Longmeadow fireworks have been a thing for years and years and years, and the people of East Longmeadow, love being at the center. They love drinking their White Claws or what have you, and getting stewed and watching the fireworks. And now a laser light display, it's a little cheap. It's a little chintzy.
Yeah, but if you have no place to do it, I mean, you got to make a concession here. At least they're doing something. It's not like, wow, we're not doing anything. And it's more for the kids anyway. The kids don't care whether or not there's things blowing up in the sky. They just want to see... they must have images or something on the laser light show of like cartoon characters or something, right? I haven't seen it yet.
So I have friends of mine that live across the street from the ITAM. okay, in East Long Meadow. They're lovely people, but they like to have a big party, a big ripper during the fireworks. And all those streets around there, all the streets that come off of Maple Street, it's like a party atmosphere. There's parties all over the place.
You don't think any one of them folks in that neighborhood has their own fireworks display that they can
I know they have their own fireworks display. I've been a part of it, even though the statute of limitations prevents me from being prosecuted for it. There's a chance I may have been involved. But you know what? You take away the fireworks, what do those people got? Nothing but booze and trailer trash and the mass hats.
This is from last year, this post. But it still holds true because, you got they didn't have the fireworks last year either. And I don't think they're going to ever have them again, right?
The plan moving forward is that's it. It's done forever.
And then people were blaming the Rotary Club. Don't blame the Rotary. Years ago when they rebuilt the football field with turf, they were no longer able to use it for the fireworks, which required them to move the shoot location to the rear ball fields. State law requires so much space around the shooting site, the state fire marshal has to approve. The rear ball fields had a spare 5 feet of space. The construction of the new school encroaches over that 5 feet. At the time, Chief Morissette went all over looking for alternatives, and there were none. Lots of factors also contribute, such as parking and traffic control. Unfortunately, sometimes sacrifices are made for change.
That's what I'm getting at, Steve.
Yeah.
And the people of East Long Meadow don't want that kind of change. They like blowing stuff up. I can't say I blame them, but, it is what it is.
Why don't we light them off from the roof of this building that we just moved into?
Well, one, this isn't East Long Meadow. Two, we could shoot them towards East Long Meadow, and that would be great. But I also don't believe that the landlord who owns this building would approve us blowing things up on the roof.
Hey, listen. I don't think he understands how important we are to this community and bringing community events together.
I don't think it's a matter of whether we're important or not. I'm going to say we're not that important, and not important enough as the newest tenant in this business industrial park to be blowing stuff up on the roof.
But how passionate are people about this that they're so upset that we're not getting the fireworks display in East Long Meadow this year?
I know you're trying to diminish this, but I'm telling you, I've talked to people in East Long Meadow. They are not happy. They are pissed because their parties, their house parties, their rippers revolve around the fireworks. Their parties, the parties that used to be real rippers, are now crap parties that no one wants to go to.
So let's talk about a bunch of losers who live in East Long Meadow, because if the only reason anybody is coming over to your house on that day that they light whatever the day that was, they light the fireworks off, and now they're not coming, you put out a spread for people.
Yep.
You do hamburgers, hot dogs, salads, whatever you got. Come on over for the 4th. The fireworks are going to be there. You're telling me that now all of these people who put these parties on are not going to have any guests at their house because they're losers. The only thing they were good for to begin with was because you know what? I don't really like Fred, but Fred's got a great view of the fireworks from his front lawn.
There are Jell-O shots that are going to be untouched. There's going to be 3-bean salad that people are just going to walk away from. There are going to be hamburgers, hot dogs, and sausages on the grill that people are not going to be able to enjoy nearly as much because there's no fireworks this year.
But they weren't friends of yours anyway. All they were using you for was your front lawn. And you put out this whole spread for all these people thinking that they're your friends, and they're not.
Yeah,
they're just fireworks users.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna send out blast it like an email invitation list. Hey, come to my house for the laser light show. You won't be able to see from my front yard. Ooh, let me say I'm interested rather than going and not actually show up.
Yeah, and then meanwhile you got all these couples going, "Oh, we need an excuse. We need an excuse to tell them we can't go over there this year."
I'm telling you. It's going to change the face of East Long Meadow for years to come.
And not only do they don't want to go over there because there's no fireworks, but they also don't want to go over and see Fred get berated by his wife who is just a constant nag every single year. And the only reason they're showing up is because of this great view of the fireworks. But now that there's no fireworks, there's no reason to sit and listen to that nonsense going all night long.
You're surprised that people are upset about this? I'm telling you, it's practically destroyed the entire town.
I don't think. I think it's.
You don't,
I don't think it's as great as you're making it out to be.
Listen, I lived in this town.
Yeah.
I lived in East Long Meadow for many, many years. Not just someone who worked in town, but someone who actually, lived there, paid taxes. Did my best to be a townie when I was in that town. I got to tell you, there's some people whose entire social structure wraps around the 4th of July Carnival in East Long Meadow. Fireworks included. You take that away, you might as well move the hell out of town and go to Springfield, because at least they know how to keep their fireworks intact.
This guy, Alan, says it's a town tradition and a damn shame that we don't have fireworks the past 2 years. I believe about 5 years ago, they did not have the fireworks behind the high school. They had them in the center of town. That's what I'm saying. Like, why can't you just move it to a different location?
Because
there's got to be.
You read the story. Yep. Chief Morissette went out there looking for a place. He liked fireworks as much as anybody. He wasn't trying to be a jerk about it. He couldn't find a place that satisfied everything that needed to be taken into account.
I think maybe Chief Morissette's like, I don't really want to go the extra quarter mile and check out a new location.
He went a quarter mile and beyond and found nothing to be satisfactory.
This guy says, I can see the Stafford fireworks from my backyard. I stand alone there like a loser.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, there you go.
Because he knows nobody's going to come over to his house. This guy says, I agree with Bax. People are getting bent out of shape. It's basically this in a nutshell on the forums. Steve, you're up. It's all in capital letters. I'm sorry, I thought this was America. I can't enjoy the fireworks for the 250th birthday of this country. It's so un-American.
Listen, how can anyone argue with that? That guy in that wife-beater T-shirt going to the carnival, drinking beer, and pulling out those $2 bills in his chain wallet. I'll tell you what, his whole 4th of July has been ruined.
What's the good food for the East Long Meadow Carnival? What's the isn't there like some traditional food?
I mean, it's all mostly standard carnival fare.
Yeah,
your cotton candies, your sausages, what have you. It ain't like Festa and Ludlow, where people are packing down Bafanas like it's no one's business.
So I've told you this story before, and one year I went to the East Long Meadow fireworks many moons ago. And I don't know where we were parked. I think we were, what's the street when you go through the intersection out here on Converse Street, and it's the next one to take a left? Does that bring you up to the high school? Which one's
Maple.
that? Maple, right? That's Maple?
Yeah.
So there was like a dirt lot, like, I don't know whose property it was or whatever, but there was a dirt lot there that a bunch of people were parking in.
Right.
And I'm this girl I was dating at the time, and two friends are in the back seat of the car, and I'm driving, and I'm like, we're never getting out of here. Like, the fireworks were over. We are never getting out of this whole thing. And at the time, I was working at the choo-choo yard, and I had the vest in the back of the car.
Yeah.
So I said, here. So my girlfriend, I'm like, get in the driver's seat. And I'm going to walk up to the front. And I walked up like 20 cars ahead.
Yeah.
I stopped the traffic on Maple Street because if you look official, you can. I'm telling you, go invest in one of these bright vests. People will think you're a traffic person. You're not like impersonating a police officer.
You're impersonating a traffic control officer.
No, you're just a regular citizen with a vest on. You're not impersonating anybody. It's the perception of what people think you are. And I stopped the traffic. I got finally my car gets up, and I just hop in the passenger seat, totally pissing off all the people behind me. And then the horns start honking like, you jerk.
Hey, someone had to take charge.
Hey, listen.
Might as well be you.
I'm not going to sit there for an hour and a half for a 5-minute fireworks show that just went off.
7:35 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Well, thanks, Bax. You're talking about the East Long Meadow High School. Demolition is underway. marking the end of an era as more than the 6-decade-old building is torn down to make way for a new facility. Alumni are looking back on their memories as the academic complex comes down. John Weber, member of the class in 1972, lives just yards from the school, stopped by the site Wednesday to record a video for a friend. Every day you go by the school and you're like, oh, yeah, I remember doing this or playing basketball or any of the other hijinks we used to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Weber added that he made many lifelong friendships during his 4 years at the school. Just the atmosphere and the ritual of going to school and hearing the rings of the tardy bell.
The tardy bell.
That's when you could say that word.
I don't feel tardy.
The tearing down of the academic complex continued Wednesday, exactly 1 week after students and staff walked out of the building for the very last time.
You know, all three of my kids graduated from East Long Meadow High School. All three went, all 4 years.
Yeah.
They all went through and did very, very well. My kids kind of feel, at least, I talked to like one of my kids about it, and she said, you know what, I'm bittersweet about it. On one hand, I hated that frickin' building for 4 straight years. Everything about it was gross and disgusting, and it was long overdue. Needed to be knocked down 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, but it's still where I went to high school, even though it was gross and disgusting and served its purpose long after it should have.
It's like us here. There is something to be said about that danky, dark building that we were suffering in for you 30 years and 20 years for me.
Right.
There's something, I don't know, like it's a shift change. Like, I know this is nicer. I'm not complaining about any of the equipment's brand new. I like it. I like this place. It's just there's something about a danky thing that was unique about it.
Well, my only regret about leaving the old building is that we never had a chance to take sledgehammers to knock it down ourselves.
Yeah.
That's somebody else's responsibility when they get around to it. But you're going to find this hard to believe. I don't know if it makes me like an unfeeling, heartless bastard or whatever, but it's like I have no real emotional attachment to that building. I got probably more of an attachment to the people that work there over the course of 30 years, but not so much the physical structure because I found it to be repulsive and potentially deadly.
Well, I went to the old Minnechaug High School.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what year that was. That was in the mid-2000s, I think, right? When did they build that?
Well, I mean, it had to be rebuilt after the tornado. Damaged a decent part of it, if you remember.
At Minnechaug?
Yeah. Yeah, the tornado damaged the whole building, like the whole structure that had the pool. That got damaged in the.
That's the new building, though. You were
the
talking.
Old building, the old Minnechaug.
I didn't know. Really?
Yes, that whole neighborhood got jammed up.
I didn't. Well, yeah, Matthew, come over here.
Yeah.
Matthew,
say hello to our new producer, everybody. This is Matthew. Matthew James, everybody. Say hello. How are you? Good to see you. All right. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, there you go. Okay, wherever you want to go. There you go. Okay.
Oh, God, sorry.
All right, no problem.
I think that's Cathedral that you're thinking
No, Cathedral was destroyed.
Yes.
But so did Minnechaug.
It did?
Yes. The houses around Minnechaug and going up towards Munson.
Yeah, I
know. That went all through there.
I know. I saw the thing, but I didn't realize the high school.
Yes.
Was that part of why they built the new high school?
I think there were plans to build the high school, but once that happened, then they had to kind of step things up a little bit. My kids used to swim there.
Yeah.
And, with the damage, they could not swim there.
Well,
and so they had to, that was part of it.
They don't even go there.
I know they don't.
But I didn't realize that was damaged in the tornado.
I mean, it wasn't not nearly to the extent that Cathedral got tagged.
Yeah,
but it suffered a little bit of damage.
So it wasn't like death and destruction going on.
No.
Yeah,
no. But enough where Wilbraham said, let's build this new high school finally.
When somebody said they lost their life in Wilbraham, that was only because of the underpass saloon that used to exist 10 years ago. There's plenty of people.
That took more lives.
There was plenty of people who lost their lives in that matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So did you have?
I want to look this up, but part of the problem of being a graduate of Springfield Public Schools is I can't spell the word Minichog, so I've yet to be able to look into.
Actually, that was the first that when I transferred here, they're like, you can't graduate until you learn how to spell Minichog. Dave Coombs was the guidance counselor over there.
Yeah.
If you can spell Minichog, you can graduate.
Is that why they're closing Mitteneek School in West Springfield? Because no one can pronounce or spell that either?
I don't know. I think years ago, 22 News spelled it wrong on their Cryon thing. What is it called? It's
Chiron.
Chiron, whatever. It's a transformer. I don't know. Whatever. They spelled it wrong. It was like Minute Chang.
Ashley Badler went to Minichog. They could have asked her, hey, Ashley, how do you spell your high school?
I don't know if she worked there at the time, but
still.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't even know where the hell I was going with it.
It doesn't matter, Steve.
Yeah,
it really doesn't
really matter. If you live in Ware and notice your house's water was rusty or colored, the town has addressed the issue. They said, deal with it. Officials said this was because of private contractor improperly flushing private water lines, resulting in a drop in water tanks, stirring up the system. The water department said they corrected the problem, and there should be no further issues. If you happen to notice any discolored water, contact Ware's Department of Public Works.
Where's Department of Public Works?
There's Department of Public Works. Can you... It's one of those things. It's like that's kind of what makes Ware. It's the discolored water. We have the most beautiful discolored water here in the state.
Of all the things that Ware has to deal with from time to time, colored water is the easiest thing to deal with.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Hawkman is the way he is.
No, that's not.
I drank the Mr. Nagle. Don't drink the water. Tweet, 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 tweet. He's like a city official now. He can take care of things.
Yeah, but I don't see him like getting into the water system.
Yeah.
And fixing it on his own.
What I meant to say yesterday, South Hadley was disabling the comments on their town forums. All of Hawkman's comments are, in fact, disabled.
Jesus Christ. All right, let me just set the table here.
Yeah.
The Hawkman likes this kind of abuse.
He loves being talked about.
He thrives on it.
Hey, he's stuck in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. He gets it. He knows the deal.
Oh, yeah.
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 He was trying to get people to ride his wheelchair last week until his mother was like, don't let people touch the wheelchair at the Rick's Place event.
I'm not going to share the personal conversations that the Hawkman and I have had over the years, but I think if you read them out publicly, you'd say, my God, I think you're right. He does take this. He does take this with a great sense of humor.
He does. He has a great outlook about what he has been dealt with.
Absolutely, everything from dunk tanks, everything to personal injury. He's all for it.
Yeah, and to the South Hadley comment thing, here was the one thing that an argument was made about it, and I agree with it. When your towns put out something like on a bulletin or whatever, then all of a sudden you have all of these people commenting on things.
Yeah.
That are stating it as fact when it may not be part of the narrative. It's like somebody trying to change the narrative of something by commenting on something, and then other people seeing that, taking it as that gotta be true if this guy is saying this.
No, I mean it's often a bunch of hooey, but I can understand if a town is trying to get important information out there, and comments are either negating that,
taking away from the point of what the message is,
or throwing out false information that may confuse people in town. Because Lord knows the internet would never want to confuse people to believe things that aren't true.
Everybody's got a gosh darned opinion out there, and keyboard warriors getting geared up in the morning, You know, you got nothing better to do with your life than comment on things. By the way, you can reach us at the 293-1021 on the Route 10 Tire Listen.
Right. Now, while I understand...
For your unsolicited opinions.
Right. Now, I understand, that a town probably wants to keep things kind of on the straight and narrow, but doggone it, those things, comments are what makes the internet so much fun.
That is true. Mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 82. Tomorrow, rain with a high of 81. It's 64 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Tell you what, Pat Kelly is a rather busy bee. He's got all kinds of events coming up, including tomorrow night, Free Music Friday at the Plaza at MGM Springfield from 7 to 9. This week, it's Billy and the Jets playing hits from Elton John and Billy Joel. They'll be taking the stage around 7:30. You'll see live outdoor music all summer long at the Plaza at MGM Springfield. You can quench your thirst with refreshing beverages from the Plaza Bar or craft beer from White Lion, plus delicious bites from various local food trucks. It's tomorrow night, Free Music Friday at MGM with Pat and the Road Crew from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
And the weather's supposed to be good. I mean, they're showing spotty showers throughout the day, but then, I think at nighttime it clears up because then the weekend's going to be fantastic. So.
A couple weeks ago when I was there, it was for Trailer Trash, who opened it up. The crowd was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I mean, obviously Trailer Trash brings its own crowd, but it's always a good time out there. Always a lot of fun.
The weather has been not too bad last couple days. Well, I mean, it was a little muggy the other day, but then yesterday was beautiful.
Yeah.
Last night, Marty and I go out with Becky, who's been helping us out at the shortstop and all that stuff with the ticketing and all that. So you always see her at the door when you walk up there. Well, she's taking a trip. She's gonna be gone for a little while. She's moving for a little while, right?
Okay.
And so we all went out to dinner last night at Figaro's over in Enfield.
Oh, nice.
And I swear to God, first of all, Marty's on this I got to do the gluten-free thing. So if you don't, you should know what you want. I'm one of these people that it's just pick something.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of stuff on that menu you can have
that is
gluten-free.
And then he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, and then he even said it. We are kind of like a gay couple, sitting here. In the restaurant because he's so picky with the menu. I don't know. That'll make me flare up later. That kind of thing.
Right.
And we'll talk more about this when he gets in here next week. But then I ordered veal.
Okay.
A veal francaise, which
delicious.
By the way, is that how you say it? Francaise? What do you say it?
I say that gluey thing with the veal.
Whatever. It's really, really, really good, and Figaro's does an amazing job down there. And then he's like, "You're gonna order baby cow," and I go, "Yes, I am."
If you had ordered a steak, would there have been judgment there too?
Well, he had a steak. Now that I think about it, I'm like, you know what? He had a full adult grown cow.
Yeah, you're complaining about the veal.
Yeah.
Well, you're eating a chunk of the veal's mom. What are you talking about?
I don't know. He was making me feel bad because I was eating baby cow. You know what they do? They stake them into the ground and they let them get fat.
Yeah, that's why I'm having the pork chops. Let me tell you how they kill a pig.
Right. I don't know. There's something about the baby cow that he has. It's
a hang-up. It's a total hang-up.
It's one of those things. You're not watching it get killed. If you were watching it get killed, I can see that. But how many people eat protein and eat, chickens or whatever,
Listen, this is just the way the world works. It's survival of the fittest. And if you've ever had the veal at Figaro's, you know what? Okay.
It was absolutely delicious.
This is so damn good, I don't care about the little calf anymore.
Yeah. And as I was cutting into it, and I go, you know what? The baby cows are the best tasting cows.
They're so tender and delicious.
Yeah. He's like, oh, come on. And you just made me think about that. He was eating a full grown adult cow.
Yeah. So
no
what's the difference
about that?
Yeah. Don't even bat an eye.
Yeah.
I'll get the chicken.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you how they deal with chickens at the slaughterhouse. You're not going to like how that looks either.
We're like an old married couple. Again, you're gonna do the. And because I'm reaching, I'm like, can you grab me the sweet and low for my iced tea?
When I go to a restaurant that I've never been to before, I always look at the menu online just to see, get
an idea of what you want.
Yeah. Like I went to New York to that conference a couple weeks ago. I had it all planned. Because Thursday night I go out to dinner. I go alone, figure out where am I going to go. Chose a fantastic sushi restaurant, and I was like, I knew exactly what I wanted. I was in, out, boom, back in the hotel. That was it.
Because you want to get an idea. You don't want to go. You don't want to go to a place you're not familiar with, and then go to like the first thing that's right there, and then have a horrible experience. You got to go do some reviews. How do other people feel about this place?
That's exactly
what
right.
is on the menu? And I'm like, oh, I like that. Well, you probably said, oh, pork gyoza. I love pork gyoza.
Oh, I love them damn things.
That looks pretty good. You're a reasonable human being, Bax.
Marty
can go to a Subway and not know what he wants. It's
have a sandwich, Marty.
Well, I was going to say it's a sandwich place. It's a fake sandwich place.
The following takes place between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m.
I feel compelled to at least say there is no $20 dinner at a comedy show tonight. It will be back next week.
That's right.
Taking a night off, probably a well-deserved break, frankly.
Yes, I you know what? I said, I need the night off so I can go dedicate my life to softball this afternoon.
You know what? I can totally understand.
And Friday and Saturday and Sunday.
Again, Steve, this is the kind of thing that father of teenage girls. These are the kinds of sacrifice that one must make, and I applaud you for making it without barely a complaint.
Barely? What are you talking about?
I don't want to say no complaints. I'm just saying barely a complaint, because I would have gone harder at it.
I guess I don't. As much as my kid likes it. But it's also like, how much can you possibly squeeze in to an entire summer of just game after 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 game? Like, it's just a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
And you know what? The whole scope of youth sports has changed. First of all, I think youth sports is maybe like the worst thing you can do to a kid and their families. But when I was a kid and played softball, we all played in the same town all the time, 2 different fields, and that was it. You're talking about going to like places like
Tewksbury, Warwick,
Rhode Island. You don't even like Rhode Island.
I don't even like Dionne Warwick, let alone Warwick, Rhode Island.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and now, like Father's Day, your Father's Day was ruined because of softball.
It wasn't ruined.
Ruined.
It was not. Ruined.
Everything about it destroyed your Father's Day.
It was like, no, it didn't. You're exaggerating that. But it was like, it would have been ruined had I had not spoken up and said, can we at least? They wanted to do it at like 4 p.m. on Father's Day, and I'm like, can we at least do this at 8 o'clock in the morning? I'll drive. If anybody needs a ride, I will drive to and fro because it's an hour away to get to this thing. And it's I don't know. I just felt like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Father's Day was a little much.
Right.
And then when I brought up the fact that can we do this at 8 o'clock in the morning, I was immediately hit with, no, there's a tournament going on that field. We can't get there. And then luckily the coach was like, okay, we can use this other location to practice. Thank God for that, because I would rather just do the morning, get it out of the way,
right,
and then at least have the rest of the day.
On Mother's Day, I went to go visit my mom, okay? And so when I went all the way up to Rhode Island, visited my mom, and I said, hey, is my sister going to stop by today? My mom says she can't, because she's got to go to a soccer game for her son.
Yeah.
Not 1, but 2 soccer games on Mother's Day. Same kid, same team. Mother's Day ruined.
I'm
telling you right now, there's not a mother in America that wants to sit around at a youth soccer game to watch their kid play soccer.
Well, maybe they do.
No, they don't.
There's somebody out there that does.
They don't want it.
Then why aren't they protesting?
Tell me a mother that really wants to see that happen.
Tell me, but then why don't people protest it then?
Because
I at least spoke up. If you don't speak up, then nobody's going to listen to you. I at least spoke up and said, can we at least do this at a reasonable early morning hour, because I'm an early riser, I don't mind taking the kids up there. You want to have that? I'll bear that cross.
You know why?
That.
You know why parents don't complain?
Why?
Because they realize that if they complain, then their kid's not going to get any playing time on days that are not Mother's Day. And some of these parents are convinced that their 9-year-old kid playing soccer is just inches away from getting that college scholarship to play soccer. And you're going to give my kid enough playing time. How's my kid going to become a World Cup soccer player?
See, at least my kid isn't. We're not focused on that. We're not focused on, you got to do this.
Yeah, but you know parents who are.
I know a lot of parents who are. And I just...
I'd say a predominantly large number of parents.
And don't get me wrong, I enjoy watching. I enjoy watching a ball game. It's just like, how much fun does a kid have when you're shoving it, like, it's not just one tournament. This is a tournament voluntary. I'll give you that.
Right.
We signed up for this. This isn't something that was like part of the school and whatever. But even the school knows they only play Monday through Friday. There's no weekends anymore with the schools.
Right.
All of these other ones that play on the weekends are all rec leagues or traveling leagues and things like that. I enjoy watching it. But I don't like. My kid taught herself how to bat, how to do all that. I don't know how to do that. Nobody ever taught me how to do that. So I was like...
You never played drunken catch with your dad?
No, actually, I tried to, and I was, I'd ask if he wanted to go throw a ball around in the yard, and he'd be like, "No, I'm too busy," or whatever.
For him, throwing ball was like getting a Matt's party ball and putting it in the tub.
And I'll play catch. I'll do that. I just don't know. Like, there's an art to it. There's a science to it as well. I'm just not that person to do that, and which is why I bring her to these leagues and the batting coaches and all this other stuff that we've been doing.
Listen, there's plenty of positives that come out of having your kid be involved in athletics and sports, and particularly team sports. There's a lot to be said about that. Yeah. Unfortunately, these youth sports are run by some of the most inconsiderate people I've ever seen in my life.
Psychotic
maniacs, nutcases that say, "Well, I'm going to be the coach. I got some shorts, I got a whistle, and I got a hat, and I know the rules of soccer. And tonight we're going to play soccer with your kids. And by the way, practice is in an hour. I'm your new coach."
There was one guy who on an opposing team.
Yeah,
and they were good. And I won't say where, but it's a strong program. Mm-hmm. They do very well year after year because they got a lot of money to invest in the program and whatnot. But this guy was like yelling at the kids.
Oh, yes.
Well, you gotta bring it up higher. You gotta do it. And then so me and my buddy parent that were sitting there watching this whole thing go on. We're just making up all these things. I'm like, this guy's got the IROC-Z. He got it in the divorce.
Oh, yeah.
He's very upset.
Yes.
He probably kicks the dog when he goes home. He's one of these guys that just can't control his anger. And he was always one sports injury away from making it to the Red Sox back in high school.
Uncle Rico was his name.
Yeah.
If the coach had just put him in, they could have made state. I don't know that specific coach, but I've seen that type coach screaming and yelling at fifth-grade girls,
but like
to play. Come on!
Well, it's like one thing to I can see a reactionary thing, like maybe you felt felt like you didn't get the right call or whatever. Everybody has a leeway to have a little reactionary thing, but if you're constantly doing that during every inning. This guy was like, going. Even all the parents were like, "What the hell is with this guy and the other team?"
I used to watch my kids play soccer, and I would always sit with this couple, and they'd grab their chairs. I grab my chair. We sit. We talk for the entire time. My buddy Chuck, and Chuck and I would watch this other team play our team. I don't even remember where they were from, but there was the coach again screaming at 9-year-old girls for the entire game. Now, this team was up by 4 or 5 goals by that point, and he was still screaming till the very end of it. And all of us parents, on the losing end of this game are looking at each other like, who is this a-hole? And why is he continuing to be allowed to be screaming at 9-year-old girls for a soccer game on a Saturday afternoon?
That's what I'm talking about.
What is the point of this?
It's okay to be supportive.
But it's obviously we're abusive. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I mean. I'm taking your point. It's okay to be supportive of your kid, and to cheer them on. You can get a little miffed at maybe a bad call or something. And the umpires are human beings; they're going to make mistakes and whatnot.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not really. You're basically just teaching them how to play and how to integrate with other people and how to handle yourself and how to
Meanwhile,
you're gonna
the opposing team's being coached by Bobby Knight's son, throwing chairs and taking bull whips out on his players.
That's what I don't get. It's like a little too much passion for a kid's game, and you're taking away, I think, when you do that, from teaching them. Like, sometimes you don't win. It's okay that you don't win. What did you learn? What did you do wrong this game that you can improve on the next game?
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
And ironically, that guy was able to pass the Corey check. How that happens, I don't know.
I told you I was picked as a coach for T-ball that time. Like I was picked as a coach to be the first base coach.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have anybody. And it was a T-ball game. What's the big deal? Well, fine. It's not like there's a whole lot of action going on. But I did. And then it was like, well, you know what? You can do that every game that you come to. And then when we did the team picture, they're like, oh, you got to get in the picture. And I'm like, I'm not. No, you're a coach now. Right? So then we sit down and they say cheese. And I go, say Mr. Nagle never passed a Corey check.
It's 8:24 on Rock 102.
Here's a guy that wrote in, and I agree with him. He's, good morning, guys. In respect to coaching, I coached my sons for baseball from when he was age 6 until he was going into high school. I would have never traded those years for anything, and while I did deal with some jerk parents, most of them enjoyed the level of baseball we played. We did summer tournaments. That kept us pretty busy every weekend in July. I get paid nothing, spend the same amount of money as the parents to stay in a hotel and travel, but when the kids win a tournament for their hard work, there's nothing better. My son started to play college baseball, but then decided that the commitment was too much, and that was interfering with his studies. Now it's over, and all I have are the memories. So maybe look at it in a different way. It's time with your kids and watching them do something they enjoy, because it only lasts a little while, and then it's over before you know it. I agree with that. But you know what else kids really enjoy? The beach.
Playing with their friends.
Amusement parks. Like things that you do on vacation.
Yeah,
you don't have to, you spend the same amount of money doing that, and you're not spending a whole weekend doing it.
Going to a zoo with their family. How much fun is that?
Yeah, who doesn't want to go to a zoo?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
8:30 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aqua Pump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. The South Hadley man has won $1,000 a week for life on a $5 instant ticket game. William Charon purchased his winning ticket at the Stop and Go Smoke Shop on Prospect Street in Chicopee. He chose to receive his prize as a one-time payment of $800,000 before taxes.
There you go. Good.
That is not life. That is.
Well, you can choose between the lump sum or getting $1,000 a week for life.
For 20 years.
Well,
that's the max.
How old is this guy?
He's, I don't know. He probably looks like he's in his 50s or something.
All right. Well, 20 years is a good, that would be, if you were to commit a capital crime, you could be sentenced to 20 years to life.
Yeah. I guess you could.
So you could call that life.
He plans to spend his winnings to buy a new car, replacing the one he bought after winning on a mass cash ticket in 2017. We got to go rub this guy for good luck.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard. I can tell you what. If I win $2 on a scratch ticket, it's a miracle.
Stop and Go receives a $10,400 bonus for the sale of the ticket.
Wow.
I don't know if I'd want to, like now this guy, everybody knows him. People know him. I saw people commenting on the 22 News story. Oh, it couldn't happen to a better guy, which probably couldn't. Probably he's a nice guy. Probably a
great fella.
I'd like to be his friend. I could use a dinner here and there.
Yeah, but you see, like $1,000 a week for life. I mean, that's a nice bump, but that's not the kind of jackpot you win that changes your life.
He's got $800,000 now.
Yeah, but the $800,000. I mean, you're not going to quit your job over $800,000.
Wouldn't you want to buy bougie things like hanging out with Steve Nagle for an afternoon and buying him dinner?
No, I think I'd rather spend my money on something that I'll actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Like lunch with Bax from Rock 102.
Yeah. Well, I think
I'm a sheer delight,
I
Steve.
think the higher price ticket is the Steve Nagle dinner.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm usually willing to chip in for the cost of the meal. Maybe go Dutch.
You know what? This should be your sugar daddy. This Mr. Sharon should be your. Hey, I know we just met, but I'm really looking to get into this Great Horse Club over in Hamden. Could you maybe spot my membership for at least a year?
It's only going to cost you $63,000 for the initiation
It's
fee.
less than 1/8 of his winnings.
Exactly.
Yes, he can handle that.
That's 63 weeks.
See, but it's a lot cheaper, yet more valuable to take me to dinner instead of buying you a membership at Great Horse.
Listen, I'll just take lunch. I don't need. Listen, that's a different sort of campaign to get into Great Horse. But I'll take a lunch.
All right,
I'll split it.
Lunch. What do you want? Capital Girl or Capital Lunch? We'll go to the Capital Lunch down
Probably
there.
Capital Lunch is probably
with
more
the
my
hot dogs,
style.
right?
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
All right, let's do that. Shauna Montano, a 28-year-old West Springfield native, has been crowned Miss Massachusetts USA 2026.
Oh, that's great.
Montano's victory means she'll represent both the state and Western Massachusetts at the national competition. Her win is notable because she is the first state title holder to compete and win while proudly wearing braids. That is that is the oddest stat I have ever heard.
Yeah, no kidding.
I was in complete shock. I think I blacked out, Montano said. I was not expecting to walk away with the title. There are so many women who compete year after year. I'm so honored to have the title. Montano chose to wear the goddess braids during the competition, despite some comments suggesting it might be a barrier.
Braids? That's going to kill your chances? I don't think so.
Talk about a pretentious contest. Oh, she's wearing braids. We can't possibly crown her, but they did. But I mean, that was the rules beforehand. Like everybody thought, like just because you're wearing braids doesn't mean you can't win the Miss Massachusetts contest.
I mean, I can understand certain things that might knock off a few points. Oh, she's the first winner of Miss Massachusetts USA who's got back hair. I mean, okay, well maybe that's going to be we'll shave a few points off.
Yeah. Miss, what about the mustache? Miss Mustache.
Yeah, she's the first one with a mustache.
Miss Mustachachusetts. Hello, sweetie.
I want to thank the Academy and all the voters for putting me into this position.
Beyond her pageant accomplishments, Montano is a public health professional who holds 3 degrees. She's also a former New England Patriots cheerleader.
Oh, well, that's great.
She founded the program called Fit Your Mold, which offers self-empowerment workshops throughout New England. Her parents adopted Shauna, 18 months old, into a multiracial family that supported her throughout her pageant journey. And now she's Miss Massachusetts. Congratulations.
That's wonderful. And she's from West Springfield. Incredible.
Yeah, kid right out of your own backyard. Now Miss Massachusetts.
I'm looking at pictures. She's a lovely young woman.
Yeah.
Good for her. Good for you, Shauna.
Yeah.
Braids. I mean, really? That's like a...
That would be the barrier to not pick somebody as the model, or, as the person who...
Now that's listen,
to hold you back. Come on,
it's just how she does her hair. That's no big whoop.
It's
congratulate. Good for you. Good for you.
Oh, we must be having problems with the broadcast because we're getting multiple texts on the Route 10 Tire Listen line. Keep jiggling the cable. I didn't understand what that meant until I went down to the next text. Breaking up first, now dead air.
Okay.
Let's see. What's up with the broadcast? Glitchy and completely off now. Isn't that every day we do this
every
broadcast? Day. You're off air. The broadcast is breaking up immensely.
I'm sure we have our top men working on it right now.
We used to have a light in here telling us when we were on and off the air.
Yeah, I don't have that now.
That was the emergency bulb.
We need a new bulb. Let's get a bulb. We got a bulb guy?
You guys are in and out on the radio. Yeah,
all right. That means two things.
We're in and out on the radio.
It's all right, Steve. You just got to act like nothing's happening. By the way, this will all be on the podcast.
You can go back and listen to this garbage whenever you want to. You think it's dead air now?
Yeah.
It's only on the what? On the app, but maybe not on the radio.
Get with it, people. That's right. You tell them.
And you know what the weirdest thing is? We don't even have a radio to check if we're on the radio.
Yeah. Hey.
You know, for all this equipment that we bought, brand spanking new, not one person in management goes, maybe we should have a radio in here. Isn't that what we do?
Well, you could say, why didn't you bring the radio from the old building? We didn't have one there either.
Yeah, there was no radio. Well, there was.
The receptionist had one.
There was a clock radio on the desk upstairs.
Yeah.
But where did that go? That probably went in the dumpster.
My guess is the receptionist listened to Mr. Carey across the hall.
And Mr. Carey's coming in loud and clear.
Yeah.
Chris Zito is coming in loud and clear this morning.
You should hear his show today.
Yeah, you can hear him better than you can with us today.
Yeah. By the way, just so everyone knows, I'm going to put this in your calendar. The iHeart Music Radio Awards are coming in March.
Can we address that?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I mean, we heard yesterday that our colleagues over at that other radio station got canned.
Yeah,
that's the way this business goes. Sometimes you don't even know. You don't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but we happen to both like Chris a lot, and we wish him all the best.
Chris is a great guy. He's a great comedian too. I've done many shows with him over the years. I feel bad. I feel bad for him.
I do too.
Anybody who if you know the inner workings of this type of place
and his former employer,
that particular place. It's not all, sunshine and roses, if you will?
No. Yeah. It's not.
And our pal Kevin Johnson, who's always does the Thunderbirds games down there. He's out of a gig, too. What do they got over there, then? What is going on?
I believe it's like one of those trained monkeys. It's, banging two cymbals together. That's it. That's about it.
Yeah.
But certainly nothing local.
Somebody answered the Hawkman's phone call over there, and it's just tweet, tweet, tweet all morning long.
But the iHeart Music Awards are still going to go on as planned.
Do you like mice and rats?
I'm not a big fan.
Do they make your skin crawl when you think about them?
No.
Well, how about mutating mice? That sounds like something out of a horror movie, does it not?
Okay.
But researchers say it's a real growing problem in Philadelphia. A recent Rutgers University study examined rodent samples from New York City, Washington, D.C., New Jersey, and Philadelphia. Researchers found that mice are evolving rapidly and now may be able to survive poisons designed to kill them. They show a much higher mutation frequency than we thought before, said a Rutgers postdoctoral fellow. From those samples, we found about 70% of the mice populations contained mutations. The study also looked at rats. While researchers say rats are not mutating in the same way, they are still evolving, learning to avoid traps and other extermination methods. They're getting smarter by the day. They're just ignoring the traps and going over them. That's Terrell Williams, owner of the Bug Bully, a pest control company serving Philadelphia and its suburbs. Well, he's not a very good bully.
No. Does that mean we're going to have like mutant mice, taking our jobs and dating our women?
Yeah. Well,
I don't like the sound of that at all.
Especially in Philly. Williams said the industry began noticing changes about 5 years ago. He was used to work right away, but what's happening now is it's starting to take longer for the application to work, And that's what we've been noticing. It's been keeping him busy. Maybe that's just something you say, though, to keep yourself in business. I mean, if you killed all the rats, then you would have no job. But if you say, oh, no, these are special rats. These are mutated rats.
Yeah. Well, I think those are the ones you keep for scientific experiments.
Experts warn that as rodents evolve, pest control strategies must evolve as well. They recommend reducing pesticide use and focusing more on prevention and sanitation, while chemists work to develop new formulas, a process that can take years. Developing a new active ingredient is a very slow, very expensive process. I watched this documentary once where this rat, who was also a sensei, lived in the sewer.
Yeah.
And then there was these turtles that got into this toxic ooze stuff.
Yeah.
And then they grew up and mutated to become these teenagers who were like this mutant Ninja Turtles because the sensei was teaching them how to do that, and they loved pizza.
Yeah, I was going to say, were these the ones that really like pizza a lot?
Yeah, absolutely. That's all they ate was pizza.
Steve, I believe what you're describing is the basic plot line to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, you've seen it.
But of course.
Yeah. So if it can happen there, it can happen
anywhere. Really, yeah.
So now you're going to have mutant rats.
Is it possible that in Philadelphia, rats may be, fighting crime?
They could be.
Man, this has become a crazy world, isn't it?
Splinter was the man's name. Was the rat's name? He wore one of those dojo. I don't even know. I don't know what they're called. What is it? Komodo? It's a Komodo. He wore a Komodo.
Kimono. A Komodo would be a dragon.
No,
a big
Komodo.
Giant lizard that's very toxic.
No. Didn't you ever wear a Komodo before?
I've been to a commode,
yeah,
but I have not been to a Komodo.
Oh, so you've used a commode?
I have used a commode many, many times.
Yeah, what a smoking jacket. He was wearing an Asian smoking
jacket.
I call it an Asian smoking jacket.
Is that what
That's
you call
what I call it? Yeah, it's the Asian smoking jacket.
Okay, fair enough.
Doesn't it look like a smoking jacket?
Was he actually smoking at the time he was training the turtles?
Well, how do you think he became mutated and had turned? Listen. When you're under a lot of pressure trying to teach these turtles how to do martial arts, you're going to need a little stress relief. Maybe pick up a smoking habit.
Is emphysema and yellow fingernails part of the mutation?
Yes. Yeah. You've seen this documentary before.
Hey, listen,
I've seen it.
I'm a huge fan.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 82. It is 69 giggity in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
You know, we've been telling you for the last couple of weeks that the Rock 102 is giving you the classic rock summer, now through Labor Day weekend. You know, we've given away great prizes in the past. I don't want to diminish all the great prizes the classic rock summer has brought to people, but I think this is maybe the best prize we've ever given away because in the years past, we never had access to so many tickets to the Big E. You want to win tickets to the Big E now through Labor Day weekend? All you got to do is go to rock102.com and then listen to Pat Kelly every weekday afternoon. If you can endure both tasks, you could win Big E tickets. Can you imagine that? Big E tickets.
Oh, man, Big E tickets.
Oh, it's brought to you by Surfside Iced Tea, Lemonade, plus vodka only on Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
That sounds pretty good.
Apparently, we're back on the air. Apparently, we had a fuse loose. Just had to pop a fuse, and bob, boom, we're back on. There should be no more problems.
I hope not. It happens every once in a while.
Speaking of problems, tomorrow we're going to do Open Line Friday. You know, it's what we do on Friday to pass the time. Again, you should all know the rules. No foul language, no hate speech. Try not to act like a dink. That's the one that seems to trip people up.
That's hard for a lot of people to remember that.
Some people are dinks all day long, don't even realize they're dinks. That's the actual definition. Mm-hmm. A dink is someone who is an idiot that doesn't realize the extent of how much they are an idiot. And so the final one, of course, is get to your point in 30 seconds or less. If we can do all those things, we can enjoy a nice, pleasant, open line experience together. I hope we can remember those rules for tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.
Otherwise, you're going to have to tune in to our new competition in the market, Valentine in the Morning.
Valentine?
Yeah. Valentine in the morning.
Who's that?
That's you don't know who Valentine in the morning is?
Nope.
They got X's and dum-dums. That's their court and closed gems, favorite employees and hidden treats, and streakers and dad stuff. All going on a Valentine in the morning on the competition over there at whatever that station is.
Wow,
that
man.
Zito no longer works for.
I feel very, very nervous.
And then I Googled Valentine in the morning, and they're on they're a syndicated show. I don't know where they're.
Oh, well, they'll be able to serve the local community.
Yes, well, that's what we needed more of, is more people who are out of touch with the rest of the community.
Perfect. I'm so glad they're doing that.
Valentine. I know Valentine. You know Valentine?
Was that Billy Ray Valentine, the one that took over the job of Winthorpe? Worked for the Dukes.
The Dukes, yes.
And until they figured out that they had a little trade-off.
Yeah.
Made a bet for $1.
Man, I don't
then
think
lost their place on the stock exchange.
I don't think it's the same Valentine.
Looking good, Billy Ray.
Yeah.
Feeling good, Lewis.
Well, I'm welcome to the market.
Yeah,
Valentine
I'm
in the morning.
Sure, you'll be serving the community very, very well. Yes. So anyway, open line Friday tomorrow. I'm sure we'll all look forward to that.
That's going to be fantastic.
It always is, Steve. Yeah. It's the train wreck that everyone enjoys.
A big, giant, fat train. Who doesn't like a big, fat, giant train wreck?
Oh, listen, I love when it blows up in our face.
Yeah.
Because people don't follow the rules.
But anyway, this weekend I'll be doing a show at the Fire by Forge down in Hartford. You want to come see some stand-up comedy? I'll be headlining that room.
And you say eat good grub, too, right?
Great food there at Fire by Forge. It's, whatchamacallit, Giggles for Grief. It's to support On Tuesdays We Wear Black, which is to help educate employers in the workplace who, after the loss of, if an employee suffers a loss in their life, they're educated on how to do that. It's a great organization. That show starts at 7 o'clock at Fire by Forge. In Hartford, and you can get tickets online. I got it all up on my socials up there.
There you go.
That'll be a good time. Also going to be back at, it changes names every 5 seconds. Jacob's Ladder Tavern.
Yep.
Which used to be Papa Bob's, which used to be Uncle Larry's, which used to be the Bonnie Rig years ago.
It was the Bonnie what?
The Bonnie Rig.
The Bonnie Rig?
Yeah.
I don't know
they
that
still
one.
have the Bonnie Rig campground and the Bonnie Rig motel next door.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is anyway. That's going to be happening next Friday, July 3rd. Celebrate America's 250. You're going to be worried about no fireworks in East Longmeadow? There's going to be explosions in Beckett that night.
Well, you're not the only one who's busy this weekend, Steve. I'll be appearing at the Hooters in West Springfield there for the lunch crowd.
Doing 5 minutes?
Doing a good 5 minutes. Got some new material. I'm going to work out for the people ordering their wings.
Taking one of your boys out to make him a man?
That's the plan. That's what I got in mind. That's the notion I got.
He's 13 now. He's got to go he's got to go experience the wings at Hooters.
Son, you're a little too old for the Chuck E. Cheese. I'm going to bring you to a Hooters to make you a man.
It's the same guy who brings his kid to a strip club when he's, You're
18 now. It's time you're 21. Time to finally start acting like an adult.
Is there any, I don't even know. What strip clubs are open anymore? Is Anthony's still open in South Hadley?
I think Anthony's is still open.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Mardi Gras is closed.
Mardi Gras is closed.
Well, this is Center Stage. That's another one that was down there.
That's closed.
Is it?
I don't believe that's open. I don't believe that, Teddy B's has been closed forever. I mean, if you like going there on hysterectomy night, that was a good one.
That was a good time. The Castaway Lounge up in the Corn in the Porn, Porn in the Corn up there in Hatfield. Whately or whatever.
I don't know if that's open anymore.
No, it's gone.
The Tragic Latrine.
Yeah, that's gone.
Or the Tragic Lantern.
Yeah. What a sad state of affairs.
We have destroyed an entire industry of objectifying women and sexualizing them in a way that it's gone the way of it's a thing of the past now, Steve.
Gone the way of the dinosaur.
That's right. You can no longer look at naked women unless you're able to entice one to be there with you.
That's a tragedy. There's got to be. Is there still a strip club in Vernon? I thought there was one in Vernon.
Well, they have them in Hartford, right?
What?
The I don't even know what they're called anymore.
All right, you know what? On the Route 10 Tire listen line, you dirtbags, tell us where you go to get your. Just watch the rats climbing up the poles.
Yeah.
The mutated rats climbing up the poles.
That's right. Tell us where you're getting your lap dances these days.
I remember my dad coming home. They used to go to this place called Frank's Chicken House in New Jersey. I don't even know. I'll have to Google it. I'll see if it still exists. I thought it was a place that you just eat that they just ate chicken at.
No.
But it was when I got older, I realized it was a strip club. And he'd be like, "Oh man, you should have seen the rats climbing up the poles in that place." That was his way to describe the Frank's Chicken House.
It's 8:15.
Vernon's got one.
They do?
Yeah,
Wow.
Vernon, Electric Blue. I don't know where that is. All right, we'll get to more of this.
All right, that's good. Let's compile the list.
Yes.
It's 8:59 on Rock 102.